Hi, it's Grace, and today we are going to start with a trigger warning for you guys. It's grief, loss, death, all the wonderful things in the world. So if you don't want to hear about that or, whatever, hi, good to see ya, bye. Hopefully one day I can do something a little bit more upbeat. But for now, I'm going to wallow in my own grief. So, I am one day, when I'm ready, I'm going to make a video on the loss of Luna. I did a video last year about what happened to her, and I'll try and put it up there, down there. Is it that side? Who knows? And she's a miracle cat. It's amazing. She has had a wonderful life since we've known her. We thought she was about 6 when she came into our lives, and we thought she was about 18. And I found out she may have been a bit older than that, so I'll get into that another video, but she's amazing. She was the glue of our family. She woke me up in the morning. I was happy to get up and, feed her. And if she wanted to cuddle at that time in the morning, it was awesome. We would just do whatever. And of course, in the last 4 years, she's had kidney disease, and they thought that she would only have a couple of years. And then what happened last year? So, we have been so lucky to have her with us for so long. But it's really hard, of course, because she gradually became sicker. I've been at home. I guess a little bit of background, if you haven't seen some of my other videos, is I have problems with my joints. It sucks, and other parts of my body, it all sucks. So I have always worked 2 jobs because I liked sort of the variation of things. And about 2019 I had to quit my then third job. No, I think it was the second job. And I just went, okay, I need a bit of a rest. I need a break. My body hurts. I can't come home from work every day screaming in pain and putting my hands in buckets of ice. And it's not a good way to live. So I thought I would just stick to my one job. And it was fine. I have been at that job for an awfully long time. And then pandemic hit. So I was pretty much just working on a weekend, and my partner was working during the week, which worked out wonderfully. There was always someone home with her, and apart from, I'd pop out, do a bit of grocery shopping or whatever, and it was so good to be able to just take care of her every need. And, she got up and she wanted to go do things. She wanted to go outside or play or, I don't know, go find a different window that had the best sun. That was her favourite pastime, most cats. And it was just fun to spend all day with her, and I was so lucky. So now I'm pretty lost. Her care, of course, got more intensive. And after last year, I always had anxiety about sort of her every cry. So every time she moved and went and did something, I'd listen just to see what was going on. And of course, that became such a weird, cute relationship. She'd be like, "Mrr," I'd be like, "All right, what are we doing? What do we need?" And I'd often just scoop her up and give her cuddles while we just wandered around the house and figured out what she wanted to do. And eventually she got to this thing that was she'd go, and you kind of knew which direction she wanted to go. It was like a kitten compass of what she wanted. So that was so fun. But I have spent my days and nights taking care of this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful girl. And now it's all over, and we're grieving a lot, pretty hard, because of the way that my partner and I sort of worked. We saw each other in the mornings. It wasn't always like this. We've been together for a very, 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 very long time, and it's amazing, and I love him. And when Luna came into our lives, we kind of, you know, spent more time together, and she came into my life when I really needed her. And so, like, in the mornings, I'd make sure I was up. Like, my partner gets up at 7 o'clock. Luna would usually get up 5:30, 6 o'clock. I would feed her, change some waters, make sure the kitty litter was alright. She'd have a snack and go pee and drink and pick a bed. Like, there's a million beds around the house to go have a snooze in, or if she wanted to get up and do some stuff, we'd do whatever. But I always made sure, like, when I got up, you know, we're up. We usually all had breakfast together. Luna always liked a second breakfast. She was a good hobbit. And she would go and have a nap after my partner went to work. When it wasn't too cold, like, we'd go outside and, like, I don't know, walk him to the car, and he got in, and we'd say bye and, like, wait till he drove off and came inside. And, you know, then she'd be like, alright, nap time. And that was, you know, about an hour or so. And then we would go and usually find some sun or some other kind of warms. Different bed, because it's that time of day. So wander around the house, investigate warms. Then she'd nap for a bit, and then probably go have another eat. And then, like, depending on what kind of day it was, if it was a good day for sun, you had to change windows often. So I used to just open all the blinds, and so the sun was just streaming into the house, so she could have full access to all of the things. And that was fun. That's, like, how I spent my day. Because I've been in pain, like, I don't have a lot else to do. I really can't do a lot else. I try every day, you know, the build a ladder thing, which is beautiful. If no one knows about it, it's probably more common than just Martina. But Martina, awesome. I will somewhere. She was half of Eat Your Kimchi, and now she's King Kogi. So she's awesome, and has taught me a lot about building a ladder, even before I knew I needed that help, if you know what I mean. Like, I'd always hear about her saying build a ladder and what that meant to her and how it helped her, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, but, you know, just storing information away for another day apparently when I really needed it. And it works on so many levels, not just for people with physical health issues, for mental health issues, and for just a lot of other times in your life where you feel like, oh my god, all I do is, like, go to work and come home. That also helps you with your day because you did something sort of for you and that you enjoyed. Anyway, look into it. Complete tangent, which is just like this video. So I don't know where I was going with that. Oddly enough, I have lost track of days. Let me, hang on. It's day 6 of grieving, and this is what my face looks like. I still cry a lot, as you can probably tell. I look a little bit different to normal. So, I'm actually going to the optometrist later because I think I broke my eyeballs crying too hard. And I have, like, burnt all of my face with salty tears. I never have, like, bags under my eyes, and it looks like I've got bags as well as on top of my eyes. And all around my mouth peeling from being all salty and gross, and there's not enough moisturizer in the world to save it. I think it's just going to take stopping crying so my face can heal. I'm glad I'm still wearing face masks at work. I know my eyes look pretty rough, but I reckon, like, if I just did, like, a really thick liner, or even just, like, black eyeshadow and mascara, I could try and conceal it that, but it's probably going to look worse. So yeah, like, mask, black, I think we're good. Again, tangents. I really can't keep the thought. What was I saying? I don't know. I just got sidetracked by I should drag out my waterproof mascara. That's going to be a good time. I have to go back to work in a few days. It seems so silly to some people, but I had to take the week off. I'm so lost. So I thought I'd try talking about it. I don't know what to do with myself, so I just thought I would get my camera out and just talk about it. I have a proper therapy appointment set up, which is good. But this, I don't know, just feels like it's going to help. I decided that I'm going to do a series on grief, and it's not going to be serious, and don't take any of this as medical advice, but this is what I'm doing. I've been trying to, like, there's so many different things, like stages of grief, and this one's like shock, angle, oh my goodness, shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, reconstruction, and acceptance. There's like so many different ones. This other one is like 8 stages: fear, anger, I did it again. Fear, anger, denial, acceptance, confusion, despair, content rules, which is, I was trying to figure out what that meant, and it's actually like the organization whose website this is. So you contact them for help, and then celebration, which I like some of those, and like, because my brain is just mush. I was like, content rules. What the hell does that mean in terms of therapy? And like, somewhere in my brain, I wasn't reading contact as contact. I was reading it as content, but like content, like you're happy. So I was like, what does that mean? So I decided we're gonna add an extra step in instead of that, because I don't know, I'm so confused. And somehow, like, looking stuff up, having this thing in my hand, and like a random question comes into my head and I can just do a deep dive, and somehow that gives my brain like a sense of control. I don't know, it's finding stuff out, and like, I don't know, it's weird and hard to explain. Again, therapy. But so I decided that that was like a contentment rule. So we're gonna like go into like what they say, how to be happy, which is much further down the track. We're going to concentrate on some of these first ones. So denial, still absolutely in denial. She's a kitty. She could sleep for a while, and you know, you would go check on her, or not everyone goes and checks on the sleeping cat, I guess, but I would often just go check and just watch her sleep for a minute because it was so cute. And so yeah, I just think she's sort of asleep in another room, or if my partner's home, like, she would always be on his lap, so I'd be, oh, she's just sitting with him, and then I'd be like, oh, and like, it's breakfast time or lunchtime or whatever, it's time for her to eat, because she was on some medication that made her hungry, and she liked fresh food, so like, even if she didn't eat like all of her breakfast, she'd still get lunch. And because it was kidney stuff, as long as it wasn't like really bad food, it was like 50% vet approved, because she was picky, but like, she wanted to eat, she ate. So like at those times, and like when I go into the bathroom and go like, oh, she likes fresh water as well, so it's, I'll change her water while I'm in here, and it's just times like that you go, oh, and that's still denial. Like, I don't think there's a process to this for anyone, or rules for anyone. It's just kind of comforting to know that everyone goes through this, and this is maybe what helped, or maybe what happened to them, maybe not in that order, maybe not all the things either. So anger, I'm not angry. I'm so grateful. I can't be angry with anyone. Everyone did their best, tried their hardest. We did, the vets did, she did. She fought the hardest, so I'm not angry about anything that happened. I'm a little angry she's not here with us, but that's really selfish, because she was ready. And that's like one of the hardest decisions anyone will ever have to make over another life. And we would I will go into this like another day, but we were hoping that she might just fall asleep, and that was very honest, and I'm grateful. Like, he was kind in what he said, but he was like, no, that's not how it happens. It'll another video, not great, but you will need to make the decision. And I was very grateful to have that information and know in advance, sort of. Not like it really helps, but again, information. My brain thinks information is some kind of control. It helped me anyway to know how we could help her until the very end, and know that we were all doing what's right. Of course, not what's easy, but what's right for her, because it's the most important thing. So grief, hang on, sidetracked. Bargaining. There was no bargaining. When we got her back last year, even before that, I was so grateful just to be spending time with her. She is beautiful, and you're an animal person, you know they have their personalities and their likes and their dislikes, and that can change, and it's interesting. And so after begging her to come back last time, and she fought so hard and she came back stronger than ever, I think after all that I had stopped bargaining, because I was grateful I got what I asked for last time, and it was a miracle, so I could never ask for it to happen again. So I just accepted that we were getting way more time than we sort of should have got with her, and try and appreciate every day. Of course it was hard because you get sidetracked with life, and when everything seems okay and everyone seems happy, like, it's so easy to just let life do its thing. But I was trying really hard just to be with her and do what she wanted, because I don't like do anything anyway, so like, but it's more than that. It made me happy to see her happy, and I do things that ordinarily, like, maybe you just wouldn't get a chance to do with your animal because you don't have time. So like, that was just so cool. Depression and acceptance. I am overwhelmed by grief. I don't know if that's depression. Depression's different for everybody. It is something I have struggled with my whole life. But in this very moment, I don't feel depressed. I still feel grateful and really sad about what happened. But she is freaking amazing. I was so lucky we had her. She saved me. She saved my relationship with my partner. She saved our sanity. She saved a lot of things. Like, I got up early with her in the morning, and I was so happy to do it. I was never a morning person, so that was like really cool. And like, going to bed, you know, your animal tells you to freaking go to bed. If you've got a bedtime, they're like, I'm done with your stuff, like, let's go to bed. And there was like certain like rituals and routines like that went along with that, and that was awesome. And like, I don't have any routines. Like, I tried this morning, like, I used to get up, take my tablets, have breakfast, and usually Luna would be sitting on my partner's lap, or like pick somewhere warmer, like if it's a really cold day. We just kind of talk and watch like the news or something, and I'd do the dishes in the morning, or, you know, unpack and reload the dishwasher, or, you know, kitchen things. And I tried that this morning, and it's so hard, like, because usually, like, after that, like, talk to my partner, and then he'd go off to work, and sometimes we'd see him off at the door, or he'd say goodbye to her on his way to work, or we'd go outside if it was a nice day, and like, she'd have some sniffs, and like, I have no routine. What do I do? I was the happy slave of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul, and now I'm lost. I guess there's a little bit of anger in that too. It's not her fault that I just am not well enough to do a lot of things, but it also gives me a little bit too much time with my brain. So again, weird tangents on things that I have looked at on my phone lately, trying to find out where she came from, like breeders and stuff. Things like vitamins I can take to help myself. I got completely sidetracked. I really like the game Rocksmith, and I have lots of games for it, and I asked my partner to, like, we haven't had it set up for years, so help me set it up because I think that might be a fun time. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm trying to have like some strategies in place, like even if I don't use them. I have 2 puzzles sitting out there, like still fully wrapped up. They're just sitting there just in case I look at them one day and go, hey, that sounds like a good idea. And like I've got a diamond painting, pretty much the same deal. I've got some games picked out, and one of them sort of set up in one of the consoles so that I can just turn it on and play it. So like I'm trying to distract myself, so I got like completely down this rabbit hole of oh my god, is it Rock Band? No, one of those like not real guitar things, and it had Nine Inch Nails song, and I'm like, well, how much would it cost me to like buy the game and a guitar and then download, like these are downloadable, so like they're a couple of dollars each just so I can play these songs. Okay, it seems weird, but it's not something I haven't done before. Last time I went to Japan, I was like, okay, I love the K-On! Game for, it was PS3, but I got the remastered version for PS4, like the trip before. I don't think it was the first trip. Anyway, so I was like, okay, so this is originally for PSP. I'm gonna go to Japan and buy a PSP and find the game and like a case for it and maybe some other games, and that was like one of my missions. And it came together. It was a freaking fun time. My partner actually found the game and it was like $3. It was amazing. And the PSP like looks amazing, and it was, oh, I don't know, like $70. And Japanese secondhand stuff, like most of the time, I can recommend that stuff because it's in amazing condition. They have a lot more respect for their stuff, and like they'll be like, oh, it's reduced because it's not perfect. And you're like, well, oh my gosh, what's not perfect? And like, say like an old Game Boy might be slightly yellow, but like everything else is like works perfectly. And they're like, oh no, that one's got a discount because it's not perfect. So buying stuff secondhand from Japan is like a good time. Again, tangents. Actually, maybe I should just go to Japan and try and like find this stuff. I wish that was an option. It seems like a really good idea. The like leaving the house and being in the house sucks, but the coming home and the place is really freaking empty, like that sucks the most. I think at this point I'd risk it. Shrines and personal temples to keep Miss Kitty in. Urns. I've just had like way too many ideas. My partner's like, she was little, we need something little, and I said, but she had a big personality and I don't want something boring because she's not boring, we're not boring. I don't want something boring. Like, I'm gonna think about it all the time anyway. And sometimes looking at things that remind you of people or places or times is really hard to look at. So you don't have to look at those things if you don't want to, but at this particular point in time, I think she needs a freaking monument. So we're still talking about some stuff, but I am still so hung up on the idea of the fifth element. I'm going to put a picture here, it's got a name, but in short, the sarcophagus for the Supreme Being. I think it's really fitting, and there's people on Etsy that 3D print some stuff. I think we could make it work, but we're still working on it. What else have I got? Oh, I've got an old tablet and it won't play or let me into the normal settings anymore because it's so old and YouTube hates it, so I can't watch things on double time. So maybe a new tablet. And then like 10 bazillion different kinds of urns, because that seemed like a fun time. and a tattoo artist because, sorry, I'm looking at the time, hang on. So this is going to be like the longest rant in the world, and I don't mind if anyone watches it. This is a little bit therapeutic for me, so thanks for watching if you are. So there's another, so I think I got up to tattoo artist, when Luna was giving me cuddles in bed of a night time. Like, I had to be lying on this side because it was the inside of the bed. I don't remember anything happening, but I'm pretty sure that at some point, like, she used to like to sleep on the outside of the bed, like on my pillow, but kind of like a little bit on the bedside table. Weird. But I think she must have fallen off, or I pushed her off or something. So like after that, she just wanted to sleep in the middle of the bed. So when she gave me cuddles, she put her two back feet, like, to warm them up, like here. And so I would really like her jelly beans. She had patterns on her beans, so I kind of want them like here. And it was really funny because my partner's arms are not as big as mine. She always tried to do it to him, and he had to like put a hand under them so her feet were warm on his hand because his arm wasn't big enough for beans. And then we've got looking up original Morticia dress to see if I wanted to maybe use my very minimal sewing skills to try and make that. Not sure. We've got some psychology things. We have The Good Place. I really freaking love that show. A lot of people do. And I thought it would be a good time to start watching it again. And it is and it isn't. I got through the first season, and I really want to start the second one. It's just so amazing, but I can't actually see what's going on. So, you know. We've got Candy. I don't know, medical stuff. Oh my god, the actual reason that I wanted to start filming as well is because I got a package, and one of the things, like grieving, you should try and take care of yourself a little, and smells are oddly important to me. Again, everyone's different, but smells like can sort of make or break my freaking mood. And I'm not just talking about like a random whiff of the bin, you're like, oh, I gotta change that. I'm just like, everything has a smell. So like in my day-to-day, it's been all my life, but the biggest ones most recently is when we moved house, and everything, like the whole house smelled different, and it put me like just feeling uneasy, like apart from the move and all that stuff, just it didn't smell like home. It's just unsettling for a while. So like preemptively, like I've always liked smells. So in my old place we rented, and I burnt a lot of incense, and it stains the walls. Like I did not realize it was that bad until it came to moving out, and I'm like, oh, I have to scrub this place a lot. And like it came off, but it was gross, and there was no way I was doing that in the new house. So like I've got, well, it's apart at the moment because apparently I forethought to open it. This is what I bought for the new house. It lights up. It has skulls. It's a good time. It's called a humidifier. It's a stinky thing. And because I like smells, I bought like quite a few, and they were mostly like floral and like how do you pronounce that? Like Nag Tompa. And they're good. But I really like food smells and candy smells specifically. So I was looking for a really long time who had the best smells and the best prices, and I decided on Brain Envious Customs. I hope I'm right. These people, I've been eyeing off their stuff for a while because they have like the most candy scents, and they had a sale, and I saw it on Friday, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And then Saturday morning we were waiting for the vet to open because like we had to emergency vet and leave her there for a few hours and see what happened. So we were waiting, and I just added stuff to my cart and went, smells are good. It's never a bad time to order smells. It's probably not a good time for the wallet, but it's like self-care, right? Smells make me happy. So I spent a bit of money, $100 and something, don't remember, not much, like 110 maybe. I'll put it on the screen. And and they had a sale, like 30% off or something, so I got probably more than I needed, but maybe more items like for the same value. Like, I'm gonna try some stuff anyway. So again, I'm getting sidetracked. The most interesting points that I will tell you from the rest of my hundreds of pages open there is that I really would like to make a dress from Alice Madness Returns. My partner bought that for me to play on the new larger telly that we have, so I could fully enjoy the experience. It's freaking cool. That has been helping a lot too. And I also kind of want to make the Lily Munster dress. So like, I know I don't do that stuff on this channel, but like, might be fun. We can do anything we like here, as long as we're having a good time. Actually, that's not true. This isn't entirely a good time today, but it's helping. It really is. I decided from that list, I don't know if we got through all the list of grief. Oh my god, I was going to say grievances. Oh yes, it's pretty similar. So anyway, there's something about their bargaining. And I decided to take that literally for this video because dark humor is a wonderful thing. So, first of all, we're going to start with this. This would be my favourite. It's wonderful. Hang on, does it fit on the screen? Hopefully. So that made me giggle. And that started with the process of like, wait, so bargaining. I bought bargain smells. Is that part of the grieving process? And then it reminded me of all those like shopping and buying stuff memes. Here is a selection of my favorites. So it's really just about making myself happy at the moment. And my partner, like I'm trying to help him as well, of course. He's trying to help me, like we're helping each other. Anyway, much sidetracked. What have I been buying? Right, so of course, everyone has to go to Kmart if you've got one in your town for something like once a day. And we had to go get something, so I was pretty sad and I decided to buy myself pretty things that I don't need. So there is a tiny purple trolley. It's freaking cute. I have tiny, oh my god, groceries. I will put a picture in here of what that looks like full of tiny groceries, just in case you wanted to know. And because we like things here that are pretty colours and shiny, glitter pen. That's like just so cool. Can we focus? Hopefully that's focused. That's a fun time. And then because you need something to keep the pen in, this is like a pen holder, but it's full of tiny rainbow polystyrene beads, and like, that's fun. I really, sorry, just doing that. My arm, weird. Pain, pain, pain. Other pain other places, but this is the most annoying. Hang on. Brace yourself. That was such a freaking bad pun. Oh, my poor brain right now. Anyway, so this thing goes there. It's got a lumpy bit in the back and it kind of sits like in the sore weird spot of my arm. And it kind of hurts to start, but it helps and I can actually like lift my arm up properly. I still can't have much weight on it. I also bought other stuff. Actually, I ordered this like last week and it came. But it's kind of related to smells because I make a lot of my decisions on smells. So I needed to put an extra like $20 in the cart worth of stuff to get free postage, which seems silly, but postage is $10, so I might as well just spend like another $10, right? So I bought a smell and that was $10. And it says Women's Secret Candy, which is probably a rip-off of something. If I can figure it out, I'll put it up there. And it smells like candy, but like perfume. It's weird and it smells really weird, sort of just wet, but it dries down and it smells pretty good, so I'm not mad about that. And this, apparently I decided, and this is a really pretty colour, but the deciding factor on this, because I did it some ungodly hour of the morning, probably would have been that it's cherry scented. And it's like really faint, but it smells like cherry, like not like a chapstick lip gloss, but like a lip smacker. It's really good. So this is gonna be weird. Alright, not even, but this is as good as it's getting today. And it's so pretty. So, I don't know, should I actually split this up into 2 parts? Like, I have talked for like half an hour? No, like 45 minutes on my grief and things. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna save this next part and make it its whole entire unboxing because I ramble way too much. Even if I cut some of this out, I still think it's gonna be like half an hour. So, next video is going to be opening a box of smells from Envious Customs. I can't remember what I got, but I'm glad I did, and we're going to smell them together in a little bit. I think I need some lunch and stuff as well. So, hopefully not too long after this video, because my editing is so slack. I've got like 20 videos sitting there, and I might just do this one first. Like, I don't know. Anyway, whenever you see this, hopefully the next one out that's like super soon after that will be an Envious Customs unboxing, and hopefully I do that today because I really want to smell what's in there. Hopefully. Okay, yeah, trying to hold a thought, but that seems like a really good idea. I'm gonna stop this, I'll go eat, and then we're gonna smell some stuff. Okay, what do I normally say? Oh my god, brain. Oh yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.